Well, we have brand new draft pages for the new Dragon Ball Super manga arc, which is something that I definitely did not see myself saying tonight because it's been a year, 12 full months since the last Dragon Ball Super manga chapter and the last time that we got Dragon Ball Super draft pages. For those of you guys who don't know, draft pages are just basically the original pages that Toyotaro drew, sketches of what the manga is going to look like, or the manga chapter is going to look like. Basically just leaks, essentially. It's what it is. And we have them for the newest arc of Dragon Ball Super's manga, and I've translated it. So let's go ahead and jump in because it feels great to say this. I haven't heard this noise in quite some time. It feels like a century ago, the last time that we got into some draft pages, but let's go ahead and jump in together, guys, as a team. So this chapter begins with a brand new threat to Earth. This threat is a new villain that looks kind of like Bio Broly a little bit, with a henchman that is essentially a beetle. And that's exactly what the text says. The text says a new threat arrives on Earth. And we see that there's 4 or 5 spacecraft actually down here that are heading toward our planet. Now, when these ships eventually crash into this city, the residents start screaming, "Ew, disgusting, ooh, dirty, gross." And we see here a small armada, actually very small, of this new villain, with a couple of soldiers that again are these kind of like bug guys. And what he says down here is that this star, which translation, this planet is too clean. It is far too clean for me to live on and for us to take over. So it's time to dirty up this planet a little bit more and get it muddy. So the henchmen start doing just that. They start using these machines and these weapons to cover the entire city in muck, or how this girl says it, she calls it sludge. There's sludge everywhere, and the evil villain just laughs and laughs, screaming, "That's right, get this city as dirty as possible." And the soldiers basically say, "Yeah, of course, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." And they continue to spray the sludge everywhere. Very interesting beginning to a brand new Dragon Ball Super manga arc. But as the soldiers are dirtying up the city, a brush comes out of nowhere, smacks one right in the jaw, sending him flying and crashing down. And this is something that the evil sludge king, ruler, monster, he doesn't have a name, at least not yet, we don't know his name. He's like, "What?" And then they're like, "Oh, a golden brush, what could this be? What's going on?" And they see what looks like a man in a cape falling down from the sky, landing right in front of them. A man lands in the obvious superhero landing pose, grabbing onto his golden brush and pointing it at the monster, saying, "You've dirtied up my town. Now I'm mad." And the creature asks, "Who are you?" Because obviously he doesn't know who this guy is, but anyone who's watched Dragon Ball Super Superhero knows exactly who this guy is. He says, "Well, my friend, on this planet, I clean up evil. My name is Clean God." And then we see that they're basically just on TV. This is a movie or a story Goten and Trunks are watching, and the Clean God just basically is just saying catchphrases that he's going to keep the city clean, and Goten is really excited just to hear all these catchphrases. Now this part is interesting. I didn't really fully translate this because it's kind of hard to translate, but it's like an editor note saying something like, "This is a story of how Trunks and Goten became Saiyaman." And I'm really hoping that's not the case. I tried to translate it a few times and it's kind of like that vein of what it's saying. I'm hoping this is not a prequel to them becoming superheroes, because we already saw that. Or maybe this is just an editor note saying like this is the influence of why Goten and Trunks became Saiyaman, which we already kind of knew. I'm hoping it's the latter, because I don't want to see another prequel to a prequel. So Clean God essentially begins cleaning up the city, and then he has the bugs start cleaning it up with him as well. And a few of the bugs are like, why are we doing this, after he makes a few of them do it. And that's when they pull out a cannon. They fire it at Clean God, but it's actually a smoke cannon. And this smoke cannon is like a toxin. That's exactly what the evil villain is saying. It's supposed to hurt Clean God, and because he's breathing it in, he's getting poisoned very slowly. So it kind of ends in the announcer saying, this is Clean God's greatest threat, and can he survive this attack? Kind of like leaving it off on a cliffhanger. And then the announcement basically says that this is a promotion for a new Clean God movie, which Trunks is like, wow, they're actually making a Clean God movie. And then Goten's like, yeah, isn't it gonna be great? Can't wait to go watch it. I absolutely love it. And this is where Trunks says, I mean, aren't we a little bit too big for superheroes and capes and costumes and all that stuff? So this to me shows me that it is possible that this takes place in the future of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, way past the time that we've seen in the actual movie, because even though, like I said, the translations are rough because I'm using Google Translate, and before it was kind of saying like, you know, this is the inspiration of them becoming a superhero. I think that is like an editor note that Toyotaro is dropping on there, like, hey, this is Clean God. If you don't remember, the movie came out years ago. This and the manga stopped a year ago. This is the inspiration for the Great Saiyaman that they were in the superhero story, but now it looks like it's been some time. Now there's a movie coming out, where before it was only a comic book and a cartoon and live action. And now Goten is super excited to go see the movie. He wants to go see it, but Trunks is thinking that he may be a little bit too old for like superhero stuff. So this could be like the splitting up of the Great Saiyaman X1 and X2, where only Goten wants to be, you know, continue being Great Saiyaman, and Trunks does not want to be Great Saiyaman anymore. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. There could be like a split between them, which is perfectly fine. I mean, when we really think about it, the Great Saiyaman is Gohan, so it makes sense that Goten is Great Saiyaman, not Trunks. But at the exact same time, I would imagine the reason that Trunks does not want to be Great Saiyaman anymore, it's got nothing to do with Great Saiyaman at all. It's got to do with Mai. Mai, I would imagine, is probably still either his girlfriend or maybe like someone he's interested in, and she is a 50-year-old woman plus in a teenage body, so she's probably 10 times more mature, probably doesn't like superheroes like that, and so Goten is not with her and still likes superheroes, but Trunks is literally a child, so he loves superheroes. So this is probably the reasoning that Trunks does not want to do this anymore. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and are you guys excited to see Draft's return to Dragon Ball Super's manga?